Hello, my name is Sean Leonard, and I will be discussing my findings of a usability test of SolidWorks versus Catia. These findings come from a series of tests where both programs are tested for efficiency, effectiveness, engagement, error tolerance, and ease of learning. The audience for this test is an engineering student trying to determine which program would be better suited to repair a part. The scenario of this test is that a part in the universal 3D model file format needs to be fixed due to an error from importation. Your professor has asked you to repair this jagged edge along the top of the part in order to make it look more appropriately similar to the edge along the bottom of the part right here. Now, this should be a relatively straightforward task. Both programs have a tool that will simplify the task at hand. However, right off the bat, SolidWorks has shown a notable advantage. The Convert Entities tool, shown here up above, is very straightforward to find and is immediately visible to the user upon opening SolidWorks. The Project 3D Elements tool, on the other hand, the Catia equivalent, is far more difficult to locate and actually takes a few minutes of searching in order to find where it's at. It also is not quite as straightforward to use as the Convert Entities tool, as we'll talk about in the next few slides. First, I tried repairing the part in SolidWorks. Using the Convert Entities tool I mentioned before, I was able to project a 2D sketch onto my 3D profile quite easily. You can see my 2D sketch as the outline around this yellow portion in black. Now, all that was left after I was able to project my sketch and trim it was to take the sketch and convert it into the 3D profile shown in yellow. For any engineering student, I believe this would be a rather easy task to accomplish. Next, I attempted to fix the same exact part in Catia. I did this using the Project 3D Element tool that I also mentioned before, and I was able to project my 3D profile onto a sketch. However, when I did this, I was forced to sketch the profile along the bottom of my part, the one that I wanted to copy into a 3D model, by hand, whereas SolidWorks did this for me automatically. While this wasn't too difficult to do, it did take more time, and I would say decreases from the overall efficiency of Catia itself. After completing the repairs to both parts, both of them came out identical and free of errors. This was the overall goal. In terms of effectiveness and error tolerance, both programs proved to be essentially equal, as there was no errors and both parts came out correct. However, completing the repair in Catia took about twice as long as SolidWorks, with Catia taking about 10 minutes as opposed to 5 minutes for SolidWorks. This is due to the fact that finding the correct tools and the more manual sketching required in Catia makes it take longer. For that reason, Catia scores lower in efficiency and engagement, and by extension scores a little bit lower in ease of learning, given that it took time to find the correct tools and do the right sketch. For an engineering student, I would recommend SolidWorks over Catia, as it's proven to have a greater ease of use as opposed to Catia, as well as the fact that it's just as capable.